I'm joined now from Newcastle by Emile Franchi from the True Faith podcast and George Corkin, journalist from The Athletic. We've heard from a very happy Alan Shearer there. But Emile, it's been quite the week. Is it starting to sink in for you now?
Well, just to let you know, I've lost track of days. I couldn't tell you anything that's happened really in the last few days, apart from just the ecstasy that's been surrounding St James's Park and everywhere else. You know, you sometimes think that there's a buzz around the air at St James's on a match day. Well, it's just lasting every single day at the minute. The city feels a little bit brighter, and yeah, it's not going to sink in for some time, because I feel like there's going to be more announcements, more statements, more things that we can get excited about over the next few weeks, and it's something that just has been missing from here for a long time.
Yeah, there's been some remarkable celebrations around St James's Park in the past few days. Surely you've enjoyed those. Now, George, the deal has attracted some criticism, as we've heard. Is it possible to separate the football from the politics in this, or is that just too simplistic?
Well, I think there's going to be an asterisk attached to Newcastle's name forever moving forward now, and I think we all have to kind of get used to that and get our heads around that. You know, you look at Saudi Arabia's human rights record, and it's horrible. It's disgusting, and it makes me feel sort of sick that that's connected to football in this country. You know, I believe in fan ownership, and I believe our club should be enshrined as community assets. And I think that human rights and moral and ethical issues should be right at the heart of the decision-making process when clubs change hands. But it's not. You know, there's one rule to the game in the Premier League, and that's money. And that rule has seen Chinese money come into the Premier League, Russian money. It's seen other sovereign wealth come into the Premier League. It's seen billionaires buy a club using that club's own money. And so if Newcastle fans are looking at this and seeing it as their turn to have money, I can't blame them for that. So there's all sorts of contradictions and there's all sorts of complications about it. It's not a straightforward issue, but we're going to have to get used to it.
Guys, it's Ashley Williams, and now the deal's finally done. What does the future hold for Newcastle United?
Well, for me, it's just hope. We've got a bit of hope back now. Most fans will tell you this week that, yeah, we just want a plan. We would like some sort of plan in place that means that we are going to be assured of, you know, having ambition for the next 10 years. That doesn't mean we want to win the league every single year. It just means that we want to compete, even with the likes of Leicester, Everton. Somewhere in the top half would be nice, to make sure that Newcastle aren't just sleepwalking towards relegation as they currently are. Hopefully we can turn that around. There's a long season ahead for us, because it's going to take a lot of work, given that we can't make any instant transfers. We don't really know what's going to happen with the managerial situations. So just knowing that there's plans in place and hearing already that there is plans for that ambition, then it's got to be different to what we're used to.
Yeah, George, what approach do you think the new owners will take?
Well, there's obviously been a huge amount of excitement. I mean, some of that has been stirred up by Amanda Staveley herself, saying that Newcastle will be targeting winning the Premier League within 5 to 10 years and competing with Man City and PSG. But the approach that they're taking is the phrase that's been used kind of all this week is process-driven. And it's going to be a very deliberate look at the club. They're going to sort of evaluate it from top to bottom. There are some very important things that need to be addressed straight away, like the manager's position. I mean, they are second bottom in the Premier League. You know, that's the most important thing right now. Moving forward, training ground, academy, that's all going to be part of it. But those things are going to take years to build up. They're not going to be spending £100 million on one player in January, but there'll be investment everywhere throughout the club. Process-driven is the phrase that they're using.
Yeah, an exciting time for Newcastle United. George, Emile, thank you so much for joining us here on Football Focus. Now, Charlie, how do you think the players will be feeling hearing this news, seeing the scenes outside St James's Park this week?
I think they'll be excited, but it's that group of players that have got them in that position, the second bottom of the league, and it's that group of players that need to now try and get them out of that position and get them back further up the league, because you can't sign any players now until January. And I think it's important that they make a decision this week on the manager. I believe that Steve's been harshly treated, and I think they should stick with him until the end of the season and then make a decision, because it's going to be a long process. Amanda Staveley's coming into the club. She's promised fun. She's promised trying to be competitive, and it's something that Newcastle always wish for, and they've got that, but they need stability. and they need these group of players to start to turn up and get them out of the position that they're in.
What do you think will happen with Steve Bruce, Ashley? Because Charlie's saying there he thinks he should be given time, but there's reports circulating already, and if he is in charge next weekend, it will be his 1000th game as a manager. Do you think he'll still be in that dugout?
Well, hopefully. I think it's crazy that we're talking about him straight away, you know, losing his job so soon after the takeover. I think that it would be nice for him. You know, he's been such a great, you know, football player and manager in our league for so long that he should get his 1000th game, definitely. But I think that, you know, they've obviously got their plan, and you know the future will hold. You know, tell us what they're planning to do with him. And like Charlie said, I think that it's the players really that have got to dig them out.
Thanks for checking out the BBC Sport YouTube channel. Remember to give this video a like and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you never miss an upload. See you soon.